lot of things that we could give you. For certain, it's a different sort of coaching aspect when you can watch you in a game and coach you in a game. It's different than training a team. You know, you come into more team shape and whatnot. So keep in mind when you're playing in a 4-4-2, if you're playing against another, a lot of it depends on your other formation. There's a lot of teams that you play against, like what clubs system play. Most of your clubs play in a 4-4-2. Is this a new 5-2? You got to read that. I mean, today when you're playing against another 4-4-2, it's straight matchups. It's the two center backs got to pick up the two center forwards. The fullbacks got to pick up the wide mids. The wide mids pick up the fullbacks. The two center mids pick up two center mids. So it's kind of a straight matchup. And so tactically, that should, you know, guide when and where you start. But second half was a little better, a little more rhythm, some possession. So it was good. Brad wanted me to speak to you guys a little bit about what your next step is. Now, most of you are sophomores. You're going to be juniors. Is that correct? Grade 10, grade 11, I think.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. See, I know. We have a Canadian on our team. We've had a couple from British Columbia. So we currently have Adam Lang, who played with the Canada 17s in the last, not the last round, but he's going to be a junior this year, which would be like grade 11 for you guys, college-wise. So he played in, I think, 2005 U17 qualifying for Canada. So if you guys are going into grade 10 and grade 11, you know, it's very important, and I don't know what necessarily the Canadian university requirements are, but for American university requirements are your grade point average, or you guys, your marks or your scores, I don't know what you call it, but your grades in your classes are very important. The admissions process puts a lot more weight on how well you're doing in your school, and when you come down here, you're given the term student athlete. Okay, that's kind of what you're called, and that's what college administrators call, you know, like Taylor Cochran is a student athlete. And it's important that you have the student part right. I'm assuming that you're a part of this program because you do. So oftentimes, there's good athletes that are good enough to play at a certain level, but because they haven't done the other part, you know, they don't get that opportunity, or they have to go to a junior college or, you know, prep school to help get in here or get into a university. So, you know, for example, and again, the number system is different, but to get in here, the average freshman coming in this year had around a 3.74 grade point average, which is, straight A's would be 4.0. Okay, half A's, half B's, or it'd be like about a 95. Does that make sense? How do you guys scores? 95, 90%? So it'd be around between a 90 and 95%. That's what the average freshman had. Now, there's certain, if you're an athlete, certain programs can help you with admissions. You know, most international students, which is what you would qualify for if you were to come to an American university, a lot of times you would need what's called a special admission, just to help you get in. You know, and that a lot of that would be determined on how good of a soccer player you are in that university's eyes. But for certain, my biggest message to you is the higher your grades are, the higher your scores and marks are, the more opportunities you're going to have. The more doors will be open for you, and you want that because then you get to choose where you go to school. If your marks are lower, you know, less doors are open, more doors close, and then oftentimes you don't get to pick. You know, you're hopeful that maybe your athletic ability can open up some doors, but for certain the academics have to be there. The other thing you got to look at is, if, you know, and again, you guys, it depends on what your ambitions are and what your goals are, but if you are looking to come to school in the States, you do have to get ready for that test, the SAT or the ACT, which is a mandatory test score that you have to have, one or the other. So there's two different kinds. Some learning styles fit better with the ACT, which is called the American College, I don't know what it stands for, to be honest. Or some fit with the SAT, which is Scholastic Aptitude Test. SAT is the more popular one. And there's three versions. It's a reading, a writing, and a math. So you'd have to start to, there's prep classes, there's all kind of things you can do, but you'd have to start to you know, prepare for that. And it's good to have those scores early. I can tell you that the college recruitment process gets earlier and earlier. earlier and earlier. A lot of the 2009, which would be next year's. I know you guys aren't here yet, but it'd be like 91s. A lot of those 91s going even before their grade 12 year start, you already know where they're going to school. So if you're in grade 11, if you're in grade 11, it's very important that you have your scores down and your GPA as high as possible, because that's kind of when the recruitment process will start for you here. Does that make sense? And the rules allow you, the NCAA rules allow you, if you're in grade 11, to email back and forth without any restriction. If you're in grade 10, there can't be any contact other than an email saying we can't contact you. So contact can begin, that's the rule. Hopefully everyone follows it. September 1 of your junior year or your grade 11 year is when unlimited email can happen. And that's probably the most convenient and best way. And your guys' job would be to get yourself out there. You're going to have to work hard coming from Edmonton to get yourself out there. Just like I came from Alaska. So you have to kind of market yourself. If it depends what your goals are. If your goals are to go to a local provincial university or something in Canada, that's different, because I'm sure those coaches, we play UBC, Trinity Western, University of Victoria, the ones in British Columbia that are within driving distance, closer driving distance. We play those schools in the springs. I don't know what your visibility is with those programs, but if you wanted to get into American college coaches' faces, you're going to have to really work hard with lots of emails, lots of communication, that sort of thing. And because if you sit there and think that, hey, it's just going to happen because I'm sitting here and they're going to come find me, that may or may not happen. So I'd really recommend you be aggressive and promote yourself and keep in touch with those coaches. Let them know when and where you're playing. And obviously there's the logistical thing of getting up to see you or coming down here to play in some events that they're going to be at. This is a great start, so I really commend Brad and the other two coaches for you guys should really be thankful to those guys for providing this opportunity, because I understand this is some sort of an all-star team out of Edmonton, and that's a cool thing. You'd never be here without that, would you? You'd never have a chance. And for certain, already, whether you come to University of Washington or not, you already have a resource. So you're more than welcome to put my name on a resume as a reference. If you have a school that you're interested in, and then the coach says, hey, how do I know how good this player is? And you can put my name down, and I'll be more than happy to give him my recommendation for you guys as players, and, from what I've seen in 1 week. So, other than that, I just want to thank you guys for coming down. You guys have been a really good group. Hopefully it's been enjoyable for you. You've enjoyed the training. There's only so much that can be done in 4 sessions. I mean, you're not going to become some magical player in 4 sessions, but if you can take 1 or 2, 3 things away that maybe you heard this week and try to put that into your game, then it was a success. And your job is to go and keep working and put yourselves up at the highest levels possible to try to develop. Player development is playing with and against the best competition you can. That's what it's about. So seek the highest levels. If that's your goal. If your goal is just to, play with your friends, and hey, there's lots of different versions, but player development is playing with and against the best players that you can. And that's kind of what this program's about. So kudos to you guys for coming all the way down here. And hopefully finish off your trip strong. You have another game tonight?
Baseball tonight.
Night off.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Mariners. Oh, they're... I don't really like baseball. I couldn't even tell you who's who. I don't go. But that's good. It's fun. Safe, cozy, beautiful field. It's a really